What if I told you that the greatest enemy standing between you and your dreams is not outside you, but inside your own mind? The battles you fight every day, the doubts that suffocate your spirit, they are all rooted in timeless laws, invisible rules that shape your destiny. By the end of this, your mindset will never be the same, because these rules, these truths, are the blueprint for unstoppable transformation. Desire. The very word is simple, yet it holds a power so profound that it becomes the seed from which all success grows. Napoleon Hill did not speak lightly when he declared desire as the starting point of all achievement. It is more than a fleeting hope or a casual wish. It is a burning, relentless obsession that consumes your thoughts, drives your actions, and ultimately molds your destiny. Without desire, the mind drifts, the will weakens, and dreams dissolve into the fog of everyday existence. Consider the story of a young man named Thomas Edison. He was not born a genius, nor shielded by privilege. What separated Edison from countless others was a desire so intense that failure was never an option. After thousands of experiments, each one seemingly a failure, he pressed forward, propelled by a vision of light piercing through darkness. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This statement reveals a mind saturated by desire so fierce that each setback only sharpened his resolve. It was desire, not luck or mere talent, that birthed the electric light bulb and illuminated the modern world. Psychologically, desire activates the subconscious mind in a way no other emotion can. It programs your thoughts, prioritizes your focus, and aligns your habits toward a single aim. Desire is the emotional engine that fuels persistence when logic says quit. It transforms pain into motivation and obstacles into stepping stones. Without desire, the subconscious mind drifts like a rudderless ship. With desire, it charts a course through storm and calm alike. Desire also bridges the gap between intention and action. Too often people wish for change, but lack the inner fire to follow through. They say, "I want success," yet their actions betray hesitation and doubt. Desire obliterates that divide. When desire burns hot enough, it demands action. It whispers no excuses, no delay. It transforms your mindset from passive observer to relentless creator. But desire is not born from comfort. It emerges from struggle. Picture the countless men and women who, facing adversity, clung to a single blazing hope. Harriet Tubman, escaping the chains of slavery, was driven by a desire so powerful that she risked her life repeatedly to lead others to freedom. Her story teaches us that desire rooted in purpose transcends fear and galvanizes courage beyond measure. Ask yourself now, what is your burning desire? Not the fleeting want, but the unshakable passion that wakes you in the night and drives you through the day. Without it, your mind is a battlefield of distractions and doubt. With it, you possess a force greater than any obstacle. To awaken desire within you, you must nurture it. Write it down, seek it aloud, feel it as if it already exists. Imprint it on your subconscious until it becomes a relentless drumbeat behind every decision. Desire is the spark. Your faith, your plan, your persistence will fan it into a blazing flame. Remember, desire is the wellspring of all achievement. Without it, there is no creation, no progress, no legacy. But with it, when fueled by action and fortified by belief, it becomes the invisible power that moves mountains and bends destiny to your will. This is why desire is not merely important. It is indispensable. It is the true beginning, the first step on the road that leads from ordinary to extraordinary. Faith is the invisible force that bridges the gap between what is and what can be. Napoleon Hill called faith the head chemist of the mind, because it has the power to transform mere thoughts into tangible realities. Yet faith is often misunderstood. It is not wishful thinking or blind optimism. True faith is a deliberate, unwavering belief in your goal, even when every circumstance around you screams doubt and despair. It is the act of seeing the outcome clearly in your mind before your senses can even confirm its existence. Faith demands that you embrace victory first in your soul before the world presents proof. Take Harriet Tubman as an example. Born into slavery and faced with unimaginable danger, she held a faith that went beyond survival. She believed in freedom so fiercely that she risked her life to lead hundreds of others out of bondage. She had no guarantee of success, no roadmap for escape, only an unshakable conviction that freedom was not only possible, but inevitable. That faith ignited courage, strategy, and resilience in her that defied the oppressive forces arrayed against her. Without faith, Tubman would have remained a victim of circumstance. With faith, she became a beacon of hope and liberation. Psychologically, faith is a profound state of mind that programs the subconscious to work relentlessly in your favor. The subconscious mind is unable to distinguish between what is real and what is vividly believed. When you plant seeds of faith, your subconscious mobilizes resources, ideas, and actions that align with your belief. Conversely, doubt sows confusion and paralysis. Faith serves as the compass in the fog, guiding you forward when the path is hidden. It turns setbacks into lessons and fuels the persistence needed to keep moving. Imagine the young Abraham Lincoln, who faced defeat after defeat in his political career, before finally becoming one of the most revered presidents in history. What kept him going was not talent alone, but a faith so deeply rooted that failure was only a temporary. Lincoln's faith allowed him to see a united nation long before he could physically lead it there. That vision sustained him through the darkest moments of civil war and personal loss. Faith also transcends logic. It requires embracing uncertainty with confidence. It is the belief that your goals are not fantasies, but your destined reality. This kind of faith transforms hesitation into action. It whispers, "Keep going, no matter what." When doubt shouts, "Give up." When faith takes root, fear loses its grip. Ask yourself, do you see your success before you feel it? Do you believe with such intensity that obstacles become invisible? If not, then your faith is weak, and so too will be your result. But if you cultivate faith as a daily practice, through visualization, affirmation, and unwavering belief, you will harness the power that moves mountains. Faith is not a passive state. It is active, purposeful, and disciplined. It calls you to act as if your dreams are already real, to live in the certainty of their arrival, even when the evidence is absent. This mental posture changes everything. It reprograms your mind, galvanizes your spirit, and ignites your action. Ultimately, faith is the key that unlocks the door between thought and reality. Without it, desire fades and plans crumble. But with faith, your mind becomes a magnet for success, drawing the universe's resources toward your purpose. See it before you feel it, and your world will follow. Autosuggestion is the bridge between desire and its physical manifestation, the conscious act of commanding your mind to accept only those thoughts that will build your destiny. Napoleon Hill taught that autosuggestion is the agency through which the individual influences the subconscious mind, and it is the deliberate repetition of positive affirmations and beliefs that transform your internal dialogue into the force that shapes your life. Most people underestimate the power of their own thoughts. They allow negativity, doubt, and fear to slip unchallenged into their minds. But your mind is a garden, and autosuggestion is the tool you wield to plant seeds of greatness or weeds of destruction. Imagine a young man named Muhammad Ali, who rose from the streets of Louisville to become the greatest boxer the world has ever seen. Ali did not simply hope to win fights. He repeatedly told himself, "I am the greatest." These were not idle words or arrogance, but the strategic use of autosuggestion. His mind was trained to accept his own greatness as truth before the world had fully recognized. This daily mental conditioning gave him the confidence to step into the ring with champions and knock them down, both physically and psychologically. His affirmations fueled his resilience when the world doubted him and helped him overcome obstacles that would have crushed a lesser spirit. Psychologically, autosuggestion works because the subconscious mind accepts what the conscious mind repeatedly declares. It is indifferent to truth or falsehood. It acts only on the nature of the impressions it receives. If you fill your mind with fears, your subconscious will orchestrate experiences that confirm those fears. But if you consciously repeat empowering thoughts, your subconscious mobilizes your entire being, your actions, habits, and emotions toward those empowering beliefs. This is the secret behind why some people seem naturally confident, lucky, and successful, while others remain trapped in cycles of failure and frustration. The mind is a relentless servant. It obeys the orders given through autosuggestion without question, but it requires discipline and persistence. Like a sculptor who chips away at stone day after day to reveal a masterpiece, you must hammer your affirmations into your subconscious until they become your reality. Hill warned against half-hearted efforts and fleeting enthusiasm. The repetition must be constant, deliberate, and filled with emotional conviction. Only then does autosuggestion gain the power to dissolve limiting beliefs and build unshakable faith. Consider the story of Helen Keller, who was deaf and blind yet became a symbol of human triumph. Keller used autosuggestion daily, through the patient instruction of her teacher Anne Sullivan, to internalize the belief that she could communicate, learn, and achieve beyond her disabilities. Her mind accepted these suggestions, turning limitation into extraordinary ability. Her life stands as a testament to the transformational power of commanding your mind. Ask yourself, what words are you repeating to yourself? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? The moment you become aware of your internal dialogue, you gain the power to change it. Begin now to feed your subconscious only those affirmations that align with your highest vision. Autosuggestion is not magic. It is mental mastery. It is the deliberate, repetitive act of commanding your mind to believe, to persist, and to create. With autosuggestion, you become the architect of your thoughts, the director of your feelings, and the master of your destiny. This law, once understood and practiced, unlocks the door to unlimited achievement. Command your mind and your world will follow. Specialized knowledge is the currency of the modern world, yet it is often misunderstood. Many believe that knowledge alone creates success, but Napoleon Hill was clear. It is not general knowledge that propels you forward, but the specific knowledge you acquire and, more importantly, apply. The power lies not merely in what you know, but in how you use what you know. Knowledge hoarded without action is like a locked treasure chest, useless until opened and wielded with purpose. Consider Alexander Graham Bell. His invention of the telephone was not the result of random genius, but of specialized knowledge developed through focused study and relentless experimentation. Bell was not the first to explore sound or communication, but he was the first to master and apply a specific body of knowledge to create something revolutionary. His deep understanding of acoustics and electrical engineering, combined with persistent effort, turned theory into life-changing technology. This is the essence of specialized knowledge, mastery in a particular field that you leverage to solve problems or create value. Psychologically, specialized knowledge sharpens the mind's focus. It channels your energies into productive endeavors, eliminating the scattershot approach that drains potential. When you become an expert in your chosen area, your confidence grows, and so does your ability to influence the world around you. Your mind stops wandering and starts strategizing. This mental clarity is essential because the world's resources respond to mastery, not mediocrity. But specialized knowledge is not static. It must evolve with your goals and a changing world. Napoleon Hill emphasized the importance of continuous learning, of upgrading your knowledge and skills relentlessly. The moment you stop growing, you become obsolete. The business magnate Warren Buffett spends 80% of his day absorbing specialized knowledge that keeps his investments sharp and his decisions sound. His commitment to learning exemplifies how sustained accumulation and application of knowledge build empire. Yet specialized knowledge without action is impotent. It must be organized into practical plans and executed with discipline. Imagine a skilled surgeon who understands anatomy but never operates. Knowledge without doing is frustration waiting to happen. Hill insisted that the real power comes when knowledge is combined with purpose and action. This marriage creates momentum and tangible results. Look at the story of Steve Jobs, who combined his deep understanding of technology with an unmatched vision for design and user experience. Jobs did not invent the personal computer, but he mastered specialized knowledge and applied it creatively to revolutionize several industries. His story teaches us that knowledge must intersect with innovation and execution to transform the world. Ask yourself, what is your specialized knowledge? Are you cultivating it every day? Are you applying it with passion and precision? Or are you settling for shallow familiarity and generalizations that keep you stuck. The future belongs to those who deepen their expertise and convert it into meaningful action. Specialized knowledge is the backbone of achievement, the weapon of the determined. It is the difference between a dreamer and a doer, between potential and success. When you commit to mastering a domain and use that knowledge strategically, you command respect, create value, and unlock opportunities previously unseen. Remember, knowledge is power only when it is put into practice. It is the doing, the focused, relentless doing, that transforms information into influence and ambition into accomplishment. Specialized knowledge is your ticket to transformation. Master it, apply it, and watch your life change forever. Imagination is the workshop of the mind, the invisible forge where dreams take shape before they manifest in the physical world. Napoleon Hill recognized imagination as the creative faculty through which all plans are fashioned, all breakthroughs conceived. Yet many overlook its power or dismiss it as mere fantasy. True imagination is not idle daydreaming. It is the deliberate, purposeful exercise of the mind to envision solutions, create new paths, and transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Consider the Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, who dared to imagine human flight at a time when such a thing seemed impossible. They were not the first to dream of flying, but they were the first to apply focused imagination combined with scientific experimentation to create the airplane. Their workshop was their minds filled with ideas, sketches, and endless what-ifs. Imagination gave birth to their invention, turning abstract thoughts into revolutionary reality. Their story is a testament to how imagination, when disciplined and applied, is the mother of innovation. Psychologically, imagination activates the brain's highest faculties. It allows you to transcend current limitations, see beyond obstacles, and create mental blueprints for your future success. Without imagination, the mind is confined to the known and the familiar. Imagination invites the mind to wander boldly into uncharted territory, sparking creativity and inspiring action. It is the mental rehearsal space where problems are solved before they arise and where the seeds of possibility are planted deep in the subconscious. Imagination also fuels motivation. When you vividly picture your goals, the life you desire, the achievements you seek, your emotions become engaged. This emotional charge ignites your desire and sustains your effort through challenges. The clearer and more detailed your mental vision, the stronger your drive. Napoleon Hill emphasized that those who imagine success vividly are more likely to achieve it, because their minds are already programmed to recognize opportunities and solutions aligned with their vision. But imagination is not enough on its own. It must be paired with action and practicality. Too many falter because they dream without doing, constructing castles in the air that never touch the ground. The true power of imagination lies in its marriage to organized planning and persistent execution. It is the spark that ignites the engine, not the engine itself. Look at Steve Jobs, whose imaginative vision reshaped entire industries. Jobs imagined devices that were not only functional but elegant, intuitive, and transformative. His imagination extended beyond technology to user experience and cultural impact. Yet he coupled his visions with relentless pursuit of perfection and innovation, turning imagination into global influence. His legacy teaches us that imagination is a disciplined art that demands dedication and grit. Ask yourself, how often do you allow your imagination to roam freely? Do you use it as a tool to solve problems and design your future? Or is it shackled by doubt, fear, or routine? To harness imagination, you must cultivate it daily, through reflection, creativity, and a willingness to challenge convention. Imagination is not just for artists or inventors. It is the birthright of every human mind capable of dreaming. It transforms obstacles into opportunities and ideas into reality. When you master your imagination, you gain the power to reshape your life and leave a lasting mark on the world. Remember, the mind's workshop is always open. What will you create today? Organized planning is the bridge that connects your dreams to reality. Napoleon Hill emphasized that a goal without a plan is merely a wish. It is not enough to desire success or envision it vividly. Without a concrete, organized plan, that vision will scatter into the realm of fantasy. Planning turns chaos into order and confusion into purpose. It is the blueprint that directs your actions, measures progress, and provides the roadmap through uncertainty. Without it, even the greatest desires falter, lost in indecision and inaction. Take the story of Benjamin Franklin, one of history's most remarkable polymaths. Franklin did not achieve greatness by chance. He meticulously planned every aspect of his life, from his daily routines to his lifelong ambition. His project for moral perfection was a structured plan of self-improvement that he tracked diligently. Franklin's success as an inventor, statesman, and philosopher was the product of deliberate planning and disciplined execution. He understood that the mind, no matter how brilliant, requires a framework to transform ideas into lasting achievements. Psychologically, organized planning harnesses the brain's natural preference for structure. The mind craves order and clarity because they reduce stress and increase confidence. When you break down a daunting goal into smaller, actionable steps, your subconscious begins to accept it as achievable. Planning replaces overwhelm with focus, fear with certainty. Hill observed that indecision often stems from a lack of planning. Without a plan, the mind oscillates between possibilities, draining energy and willpower. Organized planning also demands flexibility. The blueprint you create is not a rigid cage, but a living document that evolves as you learn and adapt. Thomas Edison's invention of the light bulb involved countless revisions, failures, and improvements. Each failure was an adjustment in his plan, a new piece of data to refine his approach. His persistence in revising his blueprint ultimately led to success. This teaches us that organized planning requires resilience, the ability to pivot while keeping your eyes on the ultimate goal. Furthermore, planning must be specific and measurable. Vague ambitions like "I want to be successful" lack the clarity to inspire decisive action. But when you articulate exactly what success looks like and set deadlines and milestones, you give your mind a target to aim for. This clarity generates momentum and creates accountability. Hill insisted that the most successful people do not leave their futures to chance. They create detailed maps of their journey and follow them with discipline. Consider the tale of Elon Musk, whose organized plans for SpaceX revolutionized space travel. Musk did not start with vague dreams of rockets. He developed precise timelines, budgets, and technical specifications. His approach was methodical, combining imagination with rigorous planning. When early launches failed, he analyzed the data, revised plans, and pushed forward. His story shows how organized planning converts daring dreams into achievable missions. Ask yourself, do you have a clear plan for your biggest goal? Have you broken it down into steps you can take today? Or are you relying on hope and chance? The greatest minds and achievers in history understood that a plan is the foundation of action, the frame upon which success is built. Organized planning is your most powerful tool for transforming aspiration into reality. It channels your energy, sharpens your focus, and empowers your decision. Without it, desire remains a flicker. With it, desire becomes a blazing fire that lights your path forward. Remember, every great achievement begins with a plan. Will you build yours today? Decision is the master key that unlocks the door between hesitation and action. Napoleon Hill declared decisiveness the very foundation of success, warning that the opposite, procrastination, is the enemy that robs us of opportunity, drains our energy, and shackles our potential. Too many lives are paralyzed by the inability to decide, caught in the endless loop of what if and maybe later. Decision is more than a simple choice. It is a declaration of intent that transforms thoughts into reality. Consider the life of Abraham Lincoln, a man who faced defeat and rejection time and again. Yet his greatness was not born from luck, but from the clarity and courage of his decisions. Lincoln chose repeatedly to rise above failure, to stand firm in his vision for a united nation. His decisions were deliberate, unwavering, and often unpopular, but they forged a path through civil war to freedom. His story reveals that the power to decide is the power to lead, to change not only one's life, but the course of history. Psychologically, indecision triggers fear and doubt, feeding the subconscious a steady diet of uncertainty. This creates a mental gridlock where the mind is consumed by conflicting possibilities rather than focused on purposeful action. The longer a decision is delayed, the more the mind rationalizes reasons to avoid it. This paralysis breeds regret and self-doubt, eroding confidence and willpower. Decision, on the other hand, releases the mind from this fog. It ignites commitment and energizes momentum. When you decide, your subconscious mobilizes resources and ideas that align with your chosen course. History is filled with stories of those who lost everything due to hesitation. Conversely, those who acted decisively seized opportunity when it appeared. Take the example of Winston Churchill, who in the darkest hours of World War II decided to stand resolute against the tide of defeat. His firm decision to fight rather than negotiate galvanized a nation and altered the fate of the world. Churchill's unwavering resolve exemplifies how decision transforms fear into courage. But decision is not impulsiveness. It is the product of clarity, courage, and commitment. Napoleon Hill urged that once a decision is made, it must be held with persistence, refusing to waver under pressure or criticism. This mastery over procrastination requires discipline, the discipline to cut through noise, fear, and uncertainty, and act with purpose. Many fail not because they lack ability, but because they never cross the threshold from thought to action. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have slipped through your hands because you hesitated? How many dreams remain just out of reach because you delayed the decision to pursue them? The moment you choose decisively, you command your destiny. The world responds to those who act with clarity and conviction. Decision is the catalyst that transforms potential into achievement. It frees you from the paralysis of doubt and launches you on the path of purposeful progress. Without decision, even the greatest plans remain lifeless. With decision, every step forward gains power and meaning. Remember, the mastery of procrastination begins with one choice: to decide now. Will you seize that moment? Persistence is the silent force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Napoleon Hill declared persistence to be the sustained effort necessary to induce faith and the essential quality that transforms failure into success. It is not a matter of luck, talent, or circumstance, but the relentless refusal to quit that forges champions. Many stumble, many fall, but it is the unyielding persistence that compels one to rise again and again, undeterred by setbacks or defeat. This power of unrelenting action is the cornerstone of every great accomplishment. Consider Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. His story is a testament to persistence. He faced rejection over 1,000 times when pitching his chicken recipe. Many doors slammed shut, many said no. Yet, Sanders refused to surrender. He kept knocking, refining his approach, and believing in his vision. His persistence turned a small roadside restaurant into a global empire. His journey teaches us that success is often just one more attempt beyond failure, and quitting is the only true defeat. Psychologically, persistence rewires the mind and body for endurance. When you persist, you build resilience, developing a mental toughness that absorbs blows and presses forward. The subconscious mind, when repeatedly confronted with determined effort, begins to align resources and ideas to support your goals. Without persistence, even the greatest plans wither in the face of obstacles. Persistence keeps the fire alive when motivation fades and doubt creeps in. It is the antidote to despair. Thomas Edison, one of history's greatest inventors, epitomized persistence. His creation of the electric light bulb came after thousands of failed experiments. Each failure was not a defeat, but a lesson, an adjustment in his ongoing plan. Edison famously said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." His story illuminates how persistence transforms trials into stepping stones. Success belongs to those who endure long enough to claim it. Persistence also nurtures faith. Hill explained that faith and persistence work hand in hand. As you persist, your faith grows stronger, feeding your belief in the possibility of success. This cyclical relationship builds unstoppable momentum. When you combine burning desire with persistent effort, you create a force that moves mountains. Ask yourself, how many times have you given up too soon? How many victories have slipped away because you stopped pushing forward? The moment you choose to persist, no matter how hard the struggle, you declare war on failure. You refuse to let temporary defeat define your destiny. Persistence demands patience and courage. It is not blind stubbornness, but a strategic, unwavering commitment to your goal. It means showing up every day, doing the work, learning, adjusting, and never losing sight of your purpose. It is the power that turns ordinary people into legends. Remember, the path to greatness is rarely smooth, but persistence is the vehicle that carries you through storms. It is the power of unrelenting action that guarantees victory to those who refuse to quit. Will you persist when others fold? The choice is yours. The world rewards those who refuse to surrender. The mastermind principle is one of Napoleon Hill's most profound discoveries. The idea that when two or more minds come together in harmony with a common purpose, the combined power is exponentially greater than the sum of its parts. It is not merely collaboration, it is a fusion of energy, knowledge, and creativity that creates a force so powerful it can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The mastermind is the secret weapon of the successful, the multiplier of influence and resource. Consider the story of Henry Ford and his team. Ford did not revolutionize the automobile industry alone. He assembled a group of skilled engineers, designers, and business minds who shared his vision of affordable cars for the mass. This mastermind group pooled their expertise, challenged ideas, and innovated relentlessly. Together they created the assembly line, forever changing manufacturing and society. Ford's success was not just his own, it was the power of the mastermind at work. Psychologically, the mastermind principle taps into the human need for connection and shared vision. When you align yourself with others who support your goals, your confidence grows, your ideas sharpen, and your motivation deepen. The mastermind acts as a mirror, reflecting your strength and exposing your weaknesses, but more importantly, it provides the accountability and encouragement that individual effort often lacks. The group's collective brain power solves problems faster, navigates uncertainty better, and unlocks creative solutions that you might never discover alone. Think of the Wright brothers once again. Their partnership was a true mastermind relationship. Wilbur and Orville combined their individual talents, knowledge, and imaginations to solve the complex problem of flight. Alone, they might have struggled or given up, but together, their synchronized minds soared beyond limits. Their collaboration was a catalyst that turned the dream of flight into reality. The mastermind principle also introduces an energy field, a harmony of thought that creates a powerful atmosphere of success. Hill described this as a third mind, born from the harmonious blending of individual minds. This intangible energy drives innovation, inspiration, and momentum. It fuels persistence when challenges arise and amplifies the collective belief in the possibility of success. Ask yourself, who is in your mastermind? Who challenges you, supports you, and holds you accountable? Many try to go it alone, believing independence is strength. But true power lies in unity. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your values and ambitions creates a fertile ground for growth. Masterminds require deliberate cultivation. They demand honesty, openness, and mutual respect. Not every association is a mastermind. It is the quality of the group, the alignment of purpose, and the depth of commitment that transform a simple meeting into a powerhouse of achievement. Look at the legendary partnerships like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, whose combined skills launched Apple into the stratosphere. Their mastermind dynamic blended vision with technical mastery, proving that power multiplied through partnership can redefine industries. The mastermind is more than a strategy, it is a way of thinking, a philosophy of shared success. It reminds us that no great achievement is the work of a single individual. It is the product of minds united, ideas merged, and efforts synchronized. Harness the mastermind. Build your circle of influence with care and intention. Engage, contribute, and grow together. In this union, you will find strength, clarity, and the unstoppable momentum to transform dreams into reality. Remember, power multiplied is power amplified. Your destiny is waiting. Will you choose to rise alone, or will you ascend with the strength of many? The subconscious mind is the silent architect behind every action, every decision, and every success. Napoleon Hill called it the connecting link between the conscious mind and the universal intelligence. the powerful force that shapes your reality without you even realizing it. Unlike the conscious mind, which thinks and reasons, the subconscious mind operates silently, absorbing impressions, beliefs, and emotions like a sponge. It is neither judge nor critic. It simply obeys the commands it receives, regardless of whether they serve your highest good or hold you back. Understanding and harnessing this silent ally is the key to transforming your life. Take the story of Michael Jordan, often hailed as the greatest basketball player of all time. Jordan's subconscious mind was trained through relentless repetition of success, visualization, and unwavering belief. Long before he dominated the court, he mentally rehearsed every shot, every play, and every victory. His subconscious mind absorbed these images and commands, programming his body and reflexes to perform at an elite level under pressure. This mental conditioning was as crucial as his physical training, proving that mastery begins in the mind before it manifests in the world. Psychologically, the subconscious mind is a repository of habits, memories, and emotions that guide your behaviors automatically. It controls your heartbeat, breathing, and countless other functions, but it also influences how you respond to challenges, opportunities, and stress. Because it does not question or analyze, it accepts whatever input you provide repeatedly, making it the battleground for your destiny. If you feed your subconscious doubts, fears, and negative beliefs, it will generate experiences that confirm those limitations. Conversely, if you flood it with positive thoughts, faith, and clear goals, it will marshal your resources to align with your